Hello and welcome to behind the scenes of Jedi Dreams. So first off, I'm going to talk about what props we used. This is one of them. And this just is a really good looking prop. A really generous friend lended this one and this one as well to me. And they just look so nice. What's really useful about these is you can actually take a screw off of here and take off and on this white stick that you've got there. And it lets you kind of just get shots of just the handle and no lightsaber in it, and that just looks really good. The other lightsaber we had is this one, which also has a stick in there. The only problem is you can't take it out. We didn't show this one too much to the camera because it has just scratches all over it, but I mean it still looks pretty good. It's an old toy I had, and what that lets me do is just throw it around without worrying that it's gonna break because it's already kind of all broken up. So I mean, that was still a good lightsaber to have. Besides, we needed 3 lightsabers to use. The other thing I'm going to talk about is the location. Now, something we didn't plan happened while we were filming. We actually had it planned to be in the first place of the movie, where before the characters start running away, we had it planned to be just there. But what happened is, while we were filming, a security guard came along and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, you can't film here. This is a private residence." So what we did, instead of just cancelling the whole thing and starting over in somewhere else, we asked him if we could do one last clip just before we leave. And what we did is we took a shot where they would run away, and so that way we can continue to shoot somewhere else and we didn't get in trouble with the security guard. Action! Why are you holding your lightsaber, man?
No, I that was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, something flew off.
Shit. Oh, fuck, we fucked it up.
You're out of shot, remember, you're out of shot. That one, not that one.
Oh shit!
Why are you always going further? Like every time I have to go that way.
Every time we do.
Fuck, that was so.
Hey, that was action. Blooper. Blooper.
Ah, fuck.
Shit, dude. Sorry.
Oh shit, wait, what did he just do? That was so cool.
Sick.
Guys, now I'm going to talk about the effect and how you do the lightsaber effect. Now I do want to point out this is a very time-consuming effect and it just takes so much time to do. I just spent so much time on this project. So here I'm going to just open up After Effects. Alright, so once you've got After Effects open, drag your clip into a new composition. And here you have it. I'm just going to find a point where we see the lightsaber. Here's fine. And basically the way you do the lightsaber effect is you just create a new solid, so Command Y or Control Y if you're on the PC. Make sure you make it white. I'm going to turn the eyeball off. And what you need to do is just create a mask on the solid where the lightsaber is. So for example, it'd be right here. Let me zoom in here. Give it a rounded edge. Just like that. Go back at the base and finish the mask off. Now the reason why this effect is so time consuming is because you're gonna have to do this for every single frame of the entire clip. So here for example, go in mask path, hit the stopwatch, go 1 frame forward, and you're gonna have to readjust the mask where the lightsaber is. So bring this back here and readjust it right here. Now keep in mind that when you're putting the mask on, you're gonna have to include all of the lightsaber motion blur. So for example here, if I were to do a mask on this lightsaber as well, the mask would include all the motion blur. So it'd be right here, 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 and back down here. Okay, so now what we've got, if I turn the eyeball back on, is just a simple white solid covering the lightsaber for 2 frames. To get the glow, duplicate it once, pre-compose both layers, call it maybe like saber, go into the composition, get rid of the first one, and what you're gonna do is go hit M, open up the mask properties, make the mask feathering 3, duplicate it once, make the second one 10, duplicate it again, make this one 30, and again this one's going to be 60, and one last time, and this one's going to be 120. And so what we've got is 5 identical white solid layers, each with exactly the same mask and keyframes, except every mask has a different feathering, the first one being 3, then 10, 30, 60, and 120. And now what we've got to do is add another solid, so Command Y or Control Y, make it black, bring out the base of the composition, go back into your main comp, turn the blending mode to screen, and now you've just got a white lightsaber. Now all is left to do is add some color. The way you do this is you go in the composition here, you right click, hit effect, color correction, and color balance. And the way you do it, you have to make sure you check the preserve luminosity. And the way you add color is you find the color you want to add. For example, here we've got blue. So if I want to make it blue, I turn the highlight blue all the way up to 100, the mid-tone blue all the way up to 100, and the shadow blue all the way up to 100 as well. And now as you can see, this is a bit of a dark blue, not exactly the blue you get in Star Wars lightsabers. So this is where you come in and you just have to tweak each value into what you feel is the right color for the lightsaber. So for me, for example, I feel that a right color would be more of a turquoise type color. So you want to maybe add a bit of green shadow, and that gives it a much nicer look. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the effect is pretty much done here. You can see it's working on 2 frames right now. So that's how you do the basic lightsaber effect. Here I've got this clip finished and rendered out so you can have a look at what it looks like once you've done all the effects on every lightsaber and added clashes in between each hit. So there you can see every time he hits there's a clash, and that really helps to sell the effect. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to this channel for more behind the scene tutorial type videos, and to my main channel as well if you want to be notified for any new projects I make like this one. Did you smoke some?